No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. And that'll set them back 5. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2nd and 5 now. Jackson, he's got it to Ingram, complete. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Let's go now. Quarterback, don't get nervous.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram.
Don't get nervous.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26.
There we go. Mark 57. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
57's the mic. 57's the mic.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Escaping the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Check three, check three. Show an eight, show an eight.
Jackson. He sets to fire deep. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 76 yards. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. They'll try and run with Ingram, and he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
That's how we do it.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Jackson on 3rd and long from his end zone, eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Landry now on the return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. A second quarter score from down in Houston. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
To throw again on second down. Mayfield. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Get some 9 yards and a first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
4 down, 4 down.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Working out of the gun. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Double tight. Double tight. Hey.
Pistol.
4 down.
Throwing. Mayfield. Going back to Lander. This time he's got him. Complete.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right?
There goes Mark Ingram. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are able to regain the lead. This time the extra point up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
Let's go, baby.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
And the Browns.
Running the jet sweep, Landry. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Check 25, check 25.
Throwing again on second down. Mayfield over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 18. Mayfield now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's first and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Tavon Young in on the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Here's Mayfield. Steps away to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Regular.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. Flushed out right. And he's got his man. That's Landry. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Protein spill. Run. Hey, Haywood.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. Just like that.
Now Mayfield. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and we are tied at 21. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
We got this.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again.
I got it.
Flush to his right. Pass incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, What have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy.
And the blitz does come. He finds Roberts, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
That's another.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41.
40's Mike, 40's Mike.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Olivier Vernon able to record his 5th sack of the season. Back now in Baltimore. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Elsewhere, a 3rd quarter score. And very little issue in that one for the Redskins, opening their lead a bit further. On 2nd and a long way to go. Jackson. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving Day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Eluding the pressure right. It's caught by Roberts. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
I got you. I got you. Go. Motion, 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 motion.
Here's Jackson to throw. Roberts got it. 16 yards, a first down.
Let's go. Let's go.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Olivier Vernon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Go. Rush in.
After the sack on first down, Jackson flushed out right. This is caught. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll look to run with Ingram. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. And again, it's Ingram. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Nice touchdown, baby. Keep working.
Mark Ingram with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Browns take over 1st and 10.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the fourth quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. And he completes it to Hunt. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Foxtrot. Check Mike, check Mike.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
To throw, Mayfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They run. It's Mark Ingram. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
Let's go, fellas.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Ingram again, a 1st down carry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Off. Mike's 40, Mike's 40.
Hey, check.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Hey, Team 6.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic.
Back to throw. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield on 3rd down from his end zone. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Two huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on second down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die fourth down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
Wild Bill, Wild Bill. Mike 41, Mike 41. Rip left, rip left.
Mayfield to throw for it on fourth. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
And I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run and everyone else stays ready. And they were, and they picked that one off.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame. One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Jackson now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Jackson.
What we got?
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Browns drive about to get started. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that. But also, you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat-and-mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.